This is just a little quick video on sort of new things that I've bought recently. If you're getting into your tarot and your oracles and things like that, then I really recommend buying these. These are sort of they're complicated for oracle cards, really, to be honest. A lot of oracles have only got really sort of 20 to 40 cards, but these have got I think it's 68. Can't see. Where are they? 66 cards. That's quite a lot for oracles, but they are really good. They're really pretty as well. They're illustrated by Brian Ford, and he's one of my favourite illustrators. If you don't know who he is, I really recommend having a look at his work. You can just see by the book how pretty they are. Really, really pretty. The book's really detailed, so you get like a whole page all about the card. Here they are. Kind of thing. They're a bit creepy, but they're sort of cool at the same point. But yeah, I do recommend those. They're almost like tarot because there's so many of them. But yeah, anybody who suffers with depression, I recommend crystals. And although they all do different things, any crystal will sort of help with feeling shit, to be honest. It's just what they do. What else was I going to say? If you want to start reading cards, I'd recommend trying runes first, because they're really simple. And I really wanted a necklace of runes a couple of weeks ago, and I couldn't find any runes that threaded onto necklaces anywhere. So a friend of mine who does jewellery made me some, and here they are. And they're really pretty, and they just thread straight back on. So it's really good. You can just pull them off and pull them back on again. It's great. But yeah, I really like him. I'll post a link for the eBay on him, because she makes all different types of jewellery. And these are glass, so she's made them in a really hot blowtorch, and they've been put on. All these little letters have been put on by hand with like tiny little pieces of glass. She's really talented. But yeah, I recommend getting some of these. They're really cool. But yeah, those Brian Ford cards are brilliant, and so are these. And any crystals. I recommend sort of Native American tarot cards and stuff if you're starting out, because they're quite simple. Any sort of simple pictures will help you learn them easier. Complicated cards, I wouldn't really touch. My cat again. Even though obviously they're pretty, they're not going to help, because you don't know really what they are, because you've got to reinterpret them by the picture. Yeah, you don't really need expensive tarot cards at all, to be honest. I'd recommend the cheaper ones, because they're normally the simplest. You can try meditation as well if you're sensitive. Try to meditate, because that sort of helps spirits it sort of helps spirits get through to you, because they may be talking to you and you might not even know it. Especially if you're not sensitive, you could have people speaking to you. I get it at such random times and random places. I often get spirits sit next to me on the bus and start a conversation. But yeah, if you're getting into that sort of thing, I would definitely recommend trying some runes. And then try oracles, and then try tarot. I wouldn't start with tarot straight away, because they are quite complicated. But yeah, you could try a psychic workshop, but you've got to be careful with that, because there's so many scammers out there. But I'd try just YouTube videos and learning from books and things like that to start with, and then sort of work your way up. But don't start with tarot first, because you'll just get yourself into a mess. Yeah, that's about it really. Just check these out, because they're really cool.